and nursing home care is a critical issue for many families across New Jersey and across the nation. Today, we're joined by Laurie Facciarossa Brewer, who is New Jersey's long-term care ombudsman, and Sam Brooks, Director of Public Policy, to discuss a new report from Consumer Voice that sheds light on nursing home funding and care quality. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have to start. Did I get the Facciarossa correct on that, or do you say Facciarossa?
I am so impressed, Ken. I have to say.
Ma io parlo italiano.
Exactly.
It's good to have you.
I don't
both
speak it. I just know it means red face.
Red face. That's exactly it. Faccia is face and rossa is red. Exactly. Well, it's good to have you both on. And by the way, this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, as I have a almost 95-year-old dad. He'll be 95 in a few weeks, and he is in a rehab/nursing home. So this is very much in my world right now. And this is important for people to understand how taxpayer dollars are used in nursing homes and what related parties mean in this context, and what residents and families need to know about the system. This is all so essential. So Laurie and Sam, let's start with you telling us how the new Consumer Voice report, what it's about, and what are the key findings.
Sure. Thanks, Ken. Thanks for having us. It's nice to be here. So, as advocates for nursing home residents, increasingly we've seen that um, uh, care outcomes are often predicated upon who owns a nursing home and how the money is used within those homes. There's been increasing scrutiny on how nursing homes use Medicare and Medicaid dollars. The primary funder of long-term care in the United States is our taxpayer dollars. And one particular concern that Consumer Voice has had, and I think Laurie has had, and other advocates across the country, is that there's a lot of money going into the system, but unfortunately, poor results are coming out. We hear it across the country, and it's particularly acute in New Jersey as well. And so what we've been doing is looking at nursing homes and where does that money go once they come into the nursing home coffers, and increasingly finding that it's going someplace other than care. And one of those ways that the nursing homes do that is through what's called a related party transaction. And what that is a company that does business with a nursing home but is in fact owned by the same person who owns a nursing home. So frequently this is a management company, a physical therapy company, or a real estate company. Essentially, that company charges the nursing home for services. The nursing home is paying that company, but they're both owned by the same operators and owners. What that allows nursing homes to do is to disguise how dollars are used. These numbers are often inflated. What nursing homes are charged are inflated, and it also makes nursing homes look less profitable. To illustrate, in 2019, about $11 billion ran through related party companies across the country. And research shows that nursing homes use these types of transactions to hide profits. It's estimated that maybe close to 70% of nursing home profits are hidden in these transactions. So we wanted to take a look at New Jersey, and New Jersey goes like the rest of the country. We wanted to see how New Jersey was operating when it came to related parties. So we looked at 3 chains in New Jersey, and we found that they were doing the same thing that a lot of other nursing homes do as well. We looked at over 3 years, from 2021 to 2023. We looked at 3 prominent chains, and during that period of time, they ran $200 million through related party companies, while at the same time, conditions in those homes were terrible. Staffing was low, ratings were low, residents were suffering. And our report asked, why is this money going not towards care, and why do we continue to provide money towards care when what we're seeing on the other end is just really poor outcomes for residents, for families, and for people from New Jersey?
That's amazing. And so we all think that when we're spending the money, and it isn't cheap to send to take care of somebody in a nursing home. I mean, sometimes you have to pay out of pocket, sometimes you get reimbursed. It all depends on your circumstances. But this is awful to hear this. This is diversion of funds is what it is, for profit. And this is a terrible, terrible thing. So, Laurie, as the ombudsman, so what is your function then? Your function is to keep an eye on this, and is there like a list or a report to know which nursing home companies are doing it better and which are doing it for profit?
Well, it's hard to say. That's why one of the things we're pushing for is legislation in the state of New Jersey. There is a Senate bill, 1948, that is pushing for greater transparency. We need to know. We know that more than $5 billion is going into the long-term care system in public funds in the state of New Jersey. But if you go into a nursing home, and Ken, you just mentioned that you have elderly loved ones, you go in, you cannot believe that this is what we are paying for as a society. Most people don't want to end up in a nursing home, and there's a good reason for that. We spend a lot of money. We spend $5 billion. And when my staff looked at the cost reports, what we found is that $750 million of that is going to related parties. Okay, that's fine. But does the state and does the federal government have the ability to know exactly what those are being spent on? So for instance, if you're spending $1 million on staffing, fine, you say you're spending $1 million. We don't know what you paid in salaries and benefits. We just know that you say you spent it on staffing. And so what we're pushing for is greater ability for the state to actually scrutinize what nursing homes are spending their money on. When we looked at related party spending, we found that across the board, whether it's rent or management services or physical therapy, occupational therapy, or here's something critical, food. When a nursing home was paying a related party for a related vendor for that service or that supply, they almost always paid at least 30% more than if they were paying somebody else. And so what we are here for is to say, you know what? As we're looking at a new administration coming in, potentially a new legislature, let's focus on getting legislation passed that gives the state of New Jersey the tools that it needs to look at audited financial statements of not just the nursing homes, but also every related party and vendor that they do business with.
It's a shame. I mean, that sounds like the only way to go is having a serious audit with serious teeth for those who are found to violate. Because it's one thing to have an audit with just a warning. You need a serious audit with some serious teeth behind it, and it's really frightening to think that this is happening. And yes, I mean we're talking, and I could say from experience, a nursing home that is so short-staffed that at night it has people there they fear will fall out of bed sleeping in wheelchairs around the nurses station. That's what I'm encountering right now. And believe
I'm
me,
telling
this
you,
ain't cheap.
it's an all too familiar story. And what that all the more reason. If you talk to people who live in nursing homes, these nursing homes are getting, rate increases every year, but you talk to the residents, they don't see a difference.
No, Laurie, we are out of time for this segment. I need to have you both back on. This is too serious an issue. Laurie Facciarossa Brewer, New Jersey's long-term care ombudsman, and Sam Brooks, Director of Public Policy at National Consumer Voice. Thank you for joining us. Too important. We need to have you back. Please. Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
have you back on.
Thank you,
Thank
Ken.
you.
Thanks for having me.